Welcome back, Wasteland Survivors. So as you can see from the title and the location, if you happen to recognize it, we are actually at Weatherby Savings and Loan. If you're familiar with the area, you know that this is not an actual settlement. But thank you to mods, this has now become a settlement, sort of. We are actually just down the road, and we'll get into that in a second, and you'll understand exactly why I'm here and what I'm doing. As for Weatherby Savings and Loan, if you've never been to this part of the game, I highly suggest you check it out. The quest here is probably one of my favorite side quests in like the entire game. It's just so much fun. It's so silly and stupid, so if you've never been here, go check it out. This little guy down here is kind of a hint at what you're getting yourself into. But definitely head down to this location. You can see where we are on the map here. Just east of Bunker Hill. So if you've never been to this location, go check it out. You're going to have a lot of fun there. So, Weatherby Savings and Loan, we are actually just down the road. This build was actually inspired by a picture that I saw on one of the Facebook Fallout, I don't know, forum groups, whatever you want to call them, fan club groups, etc., etc. But they put up this picture of this really neat looking, I don't know, cartoon building type thing that totally reminded me of London Bridge. If you're not familiar with London Bridge, the original London Bridge was basically a bridge, yeah, but there were houses and businesses, etc., built onto it. And if you're familiar with the children's song London Bridge is Falling Down, that is based on truth. They put so much stuff onto this bridge, and they didn't really understand the structure and how much weight limit they could actually put onto it, that as time went on, bits and pieces of it started actually falling and crumbling and falling into the river. And so that's where that tune comes from. But yeah, so London Bridge, they had houses, businesses, etc. built onto the actual bridge, and it was actually quite an amazing sight to see back then, before it crumbled, obviously. But yeah, so that's what this is inspired by, and with Fallout London, the awesome mod coming out sometime within, I think, the next year or so, this is kind of a little tribute to that. So, can't really see too much from this angle here, but I have houses built into this bridge here. I'm using a mod called Workbench Anywhere, which, as the name would suggest, allows you to put a workshop anywhere to create a settlement wherever the heck you want. And so that's what I did here. And we have the entrance here, very similar to what you saw at Hangman's Alley and Nordhagen Beach, right into the bridge with these little towers. I built right into it. So here we have our main entrance. And this is the city of London Bridge, I guess we can call it, or Weatherby London Bridge. I don't care what the heck you call it. But yeah, here we have our little guard tower, living quarters, etc. Which, let's see if we can, there we go, we can get in here. A little living room type deal, a couple of guards in here. Now, one thing to note with settlements that you make yourself, you can't actually get settlers here. These guys are here because I'm using a mod which uses basically like a frag grenade to spawn settlers. It's a good way to get settlers to any settlement really, really fast and easy without having to wait for them to come to you, and then you can assign them to that settlement and then give them jobs. But in this case, all I can do is spawn them and let them kind of walk around randomly just to kind of fill in space. So again, up here, a couple of NPCs that I was able to make using USO, a couple of guards just kind of watching out for our front entrance here. A few beds, nothing too fancy. I was trying to put more decorations in this thing, more furniture, but because of the location and what I've done and how much I've used this guy here, the Place Anywhere tool, to glitch things into other things, this place can be pretty unstable, so I have like just the bare minimums of only one or two places that actually have some decorations. And so down here we have our kitchen space. And as you saw on the other side, living room, some beds up top. And I tried to throw in some merchant shops here as well. Tried to assign sort of these NPCs that you can make using USO to them, but because there's no actual real solid ground here, even with putting a mat down, it still wouldn't let me put somebody there. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about with the ground, little spots like this are the actual real ground of the game, and everything else here, like this bridge, is just kind of a layer on top of stuff like that, and it just won't let you place solid objects on it. So everything you see here, I had to use the Place Anywhere tool to start and put in place. So it was quite the undertaking, but well worth it because I really like the look of this place. Threw in a couple of pre-made houses just for the heck of it. One, it looks good, and two, it saves a heck of a lot of time because trying to build numerous buildings one after another into this place was becoming kind of time consuming. So just kind of cut corners a little bit, threw in a few of these little pre-made ones that you'll see. Again, not every place, like I said, is decorated, but you know, you get the basic idea. If you want to do something like this, you can decorate it however the heck you want, put whatever you want in it. This is one of those few places that I did put some stuff into. One of the things too about these pre-made houses is they glitch just like the bridge that I was talking about out there, where you can't put things in here without putting a surface down first or using the Place Anywhere tool. Even with the rugs, like I'll have to use the Place Anywhere tool to put the rug down, then I can put anything I want on top of the rug, but in general you can't do anything with the ground without using something like the Place Anywhere tool. So a little heads up with stuff like that. And so just random buildings that I kind of threw in here. This one's got probably the best view of them all. The guys next door have their porch, and as you can see down there is the Workshop Anywhere tool, or mod, whatever. That little floating thing down there was already there. I just cleared it off and put my little workshop tool there. And so yeah, here you go, just a whole bunch of buildings lining the entire road here. Like I said, kind of my tribute to London Bridge. I will be putting up some pictures, if I haven't already in this video, what the actual London Bridge looked like. Obviously it's just kind of like a drawing, but here you can see it from the side. This is what you would see approaching it from, you know, the city or whatnot. And just kind of put some hanging floors, etc. A few of the pre-made houses, as you can see, extend out fairly far, so I ended up throwing in some stilts to kind of make them look better from a distance. And as you can see, you can actually go look underneath them and see through them. That's just the way they are. They're just textures. Same thing over here. We got some supports that I built in for all the different buildings. If I can get myself to a better vantage point. There we go. So there you go. Quick and simple tour. Hope this gives you guys some extra ideas of things you can do with things like the Workshop Anywhere, as well as the Place Anywhere tool. I am going to be doing a new tutorial video sometime in the near future showing off some of this stuff again, like the Workshop Anywhere, the Commonwealth Geck, so on and so forth. That unfortunately the Commonwealth Geck does not work with the Workshop Anywhere tool. So when you place your workshop somewhere, try to put it in a central location of where it is you want to build, because you are going to hit limits as to how much space you actually have. I put mine more or less dead center, and I can go just a little bit farther past the gates in basically each direction. Probably could have gone sideways in the water, but no point with the way that I built this. This house, as you've ever seen them, they have roof sections missing, so I actually came in here and rebuilt the ceiling, and then sections that you can't see up in here, I actually rebuilt the roof, which is what I was kind of showing off up there before. Just a little something extra just to kind of make it look a little better. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little tour here of this kind of London Bridgety, like I said, settlement. And I'm almost done with Silent Hill. I'm basically just doing decorations right now. School is all assembled. Most of the neighborhood is pretty much done, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy that one. I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm going to do everything I can to try and do it justice. It's one of those games that is just, wrapped in history, and it's a legend in itself, so I hope you guys will enjoy that one too. Please leave some comments below if you have any questions, any requests for any place you want to see, or now that you know that I can pretty much build anywhere, if there's some section in the city that, or anywhere in the game that you want to see, let me know, and I'll do what I can. Thanks, and we'll see you next time. Don't get irradiated.